Okay, happy Monday or Tuesday, whatever day you are viewing this on. So this is the top chunk of our guided notes packet. It should say, I think it's like the last page in your packet almost. It says function notation at the very top, like mine screen is showing you here. And we're just going to fill in a couple little notes, and then the next video we're mostly going to do some examples. So we're talking about something in this video called function notation, which is basically just a different way to write an equation. So normally we see equations like this with a y equals and then the equation chunk. So in this case we have y equals 2x minus 8. So there's nothing wrong with this. It's really helpful when we're graphing, but when we're talking about functions, where we have a lot of different x values, right? We've been doing stuff with tables and graphs. You have a lot of different x values. It can be handy to write this in a different way to help you evaluate what that function is at a specific x value. So that was a lot of math words, but let's just rewrite this quick. So the main way that we're going to rewrite things, so instead of having the y, we are going to write f parenthesis x close parenthesis, and then the rest of the equation is the same. So we write equals 2x minus 8. Something that you will see also is that this could also be like, we could also write it as g of x equals 2x minus 8. Or I could write it as h of x equals 2x minus 8. So just so you guys are aware, it's not always going to be an f of x or a g of x. Usually they'll use different letters to show you different functions, which we'll see in the example video next. And you might have heard me saying this out loud, but the way that we read this out loud as, like we would read this first equation out loud as y equals 2x minus 8, when we have something like this, we read it out loud a little differently. We read it out loud as f of x equals 2x minus 8. So really the only thing that's changed is that instead of saying y equals, we say f of x. So the f comes from this f right here. The of is our parentheses. We can make that a different color. The of is the parentheses, and then the x is that x right in there. So f of x equals 2x minus 8. And you would read these as g of x. So f represents the letter, of represents the parentheses, and x represents the x. And then to evaluate a function for a specific x value, we substitute the value in for x. And I actually want to make that a different color so we can match a little bit more. So if we kind of go back through and do some highlighting, like this is my x here, my parentheses are where that of is, and then the f is where we just say f when we're saying it out loud. So in the next video, we'll do some examples about how to actually use this weird new equation that we wrote.